In today's video, I'm going to share 5 different side hustles that I have personally tried. Anytime you go online, you're going to hear gurus telling you that all these different side hustles can earn you $300, $500 a day. They're so easy. I have no doubt that some of these side hustles can earn you that much money, but it's much, much harder than you are led to believe in these 30-second TikToks. And today I'm going to share 5 different online side hustles that I have personally tried and how they went, how much money I made, and just give you my honest opinion about making money with these side hustles. So the first one is Etsy and Printify, and this is basically Etsy print on demand, where you make designs that you put on Etsy and then all of the fulfillment is done by Printify, so you don't ever have to actually print t-shirts or cups or any of that. You don't have any inventory and things just get shipped off as you have purchases from customers. That is amazing and it's automated, so everything about this sounded like it was right up my alley. And I wanted to try it out because I've been selling on Etsy since 2019 and I have multiple shops there. So I thought, why not give it a try? I'll be honest, this one was a failure for me. I earned like $400 total with my shop and it took so much work to set up Printify and Etsy. I totally see why people actually pay to have shops set up for them just to start, because it was a really time-intensive process. Getting Printify and Etsy to work together was a whole new world for me, and then finding the mock-ups for actual physical products that I was selling took a lot of work and time and money. And then also I had to actually create the designs, which I am not traditionally a designer, so that took a lot of time and mental effort. I did really simple designs and those did sell, but there were just so many problems. I was terrified of copyright issues on Etsy because if you use someone's trademark or something that is copyrighted on Etsy, you're going to have your shop shut down, you're possibly going to be sued, and it's just not worth the stress of using designs that are popular to sell. So with Etsy and Printify, there are some channels that kind of preach this as the easy way to make money, but I found that you really have to have a lot of listings just to get one that makes traction. So you have to put up a lot of different ideas, a lot of different designs in order to get something that stands out, because Etsy is super saturated. And anyone that tells you it's not, especially for the print on demand stuff, is just telling you a lie, because it is. There's a ton of shops that do this kind of thing. So there's literally listings for any type of design you're going to create, and standing out in that mix is really difficult. That being said, it took a lot of time and effort to set up. It was really kind of nerve-wracking for me. It was not my personal thing. That being said, I did make some money. So I did have sales, and I do think that this could work for people that are committed to making it work. I don't necessarily think it's the best option for a beginner, and anyone you see online that's like, I made $100,000 in my first 2 months, got really lucky and had a very specific strategy that you probably are not going to recreate. This could work, but I don't necessarily think it's a great option for beginners. I think if you're already on Etsy, if you already have an understanding of print on demand, you have an understanding of a lot of these different elements, it can work really well for you. It could be a potential really lucrative side hustle, but if you're starting from scratch, I don't think this is a good option for you. And I wasn't even starting from scratch because I have thousands of sales on Etsy, but I still found this one pretty challenging, and I wouldn't probably recommend it to anyone that's just getting started. Also, with the increased usage of AI recently, there's also the complete flooded market of AI designs in this area. So if you've already been using AI to get those designs out there, you're probably doing okay. But if you're just getting started now, you're going to be catching up to all those people that are flooding the market with thousands and thousands of listings. On one hand, AI makes it easier to do this particular side hustle. That's awesome. On the other hand, it also really increases the competition, because people that could not design before are just whipping out designs left and right and putting them online to compete with you for sales. All right, the next is creating a YouTube channel. So this is a side hustle that, especially right now, a lot of faceless YouTube gurus are talking about, and they're saying that you can earn so much money doing YouTube. And I mean, obviously you can. I am technically a full-time YouTuber. I have made my full-time income for the last 2 years based around my YouTube channels, and I've made hundreds of thousands of dollars on this platform. So it is possible. However, I worked for at least a year for nothing, and a lot of people have that similar experience where you work for months and months and months you put a lot of hours in and you still earn nothing. Most people quit there, but I'm a crazy person, so I kept going with this particular side hustle, and now I make a full-time living doing it. So yes, you can make $500 a day doing this. However, it does take a lot of work up front. You have to learn the skills of filming, editing, putting stuff online, SEO, or the algorithms to find people to watch your videos. You have to learn so much around making YouTube videos to actually make that money. And it takes most people months, if not years, to get to the point where they're even able to earn their first dollar. I'm actually currently working on the monetization of another channel because, you know, having multiple was not enough. I need to add another one. And I'm only a fourth of the way there after about 4 months. I am earning with some affiliate marketing on that channel, but I'm not able to earn ad revenue yet, and I'm a professional YouTuber. So let's be honest, it's not as easy as the gurus tell you. Definitely possible, but not as easy. When I started out, a lot of the people that I started channels with originally have all dropped out. They don't make videos anymore. I would also like to touch on the idea of YouTube faceless channels because that's a huge one right now. You can earn money from a faceless channel. This channel you're watching now was primarily a faceless channel until the last year or so when I decided to make more videos like this. However, I was earning a decent amount of money from this channel without ever showing my face, and that is possible on YouTube. If that sounds cool to you, that's amazing. You can earn that amount of money. You can earn $500 a day. You can earn $1,000 a day. Honestly, it is possible, but it's a very different reality from what you're being sold with a lot of these like gurus and courses. So just keep that in mind if you do want to go the YouTube route. The next one is dropshipping. And I only tried dropshipping personally because I had a lot of people asking me how to set it up. They are constantly in my emails if I do dropshipping because I love Shopify, and Shopify and dropshipping go hand in hand for a lot of people. But I found dropshipping to be my least favorite side hustle ever. I honestly wasn't really into it personally, so I think that's why I didn't make any money. This is the only side hustle on the whole list where I made $0 and actually paid and cost money, but I didn't actually earn my money back. So everything else, I at least earned some money back to cover my expenses. This one, no, I didn't. I failed. I find those videos where they're like, I set up a dropshipping store in 7 days and now I earned $30,000. It's like, that's great, but I don't find that realistic. Also, dropshipping these days is way harder than it was maybe 5-10 years ago. It's way harder because people are aware of where those products are coming from. They know that you're going to AliExpress, finding pictures, finding a product, putting it on a Shopify site, and then charging them way more money because they can reverse image search, find the product, and go buy it on AliExpress. I will say, I definitely know you can make money dropshipping. I have seen people do it. I know personally people that do it. I just didn't succeed with it, but it is possible. However, I think there's a couple of things that make it work for people. Like they actually purchase the products, have it on hand, make their own videos, make their own branding. They kind of just order it from those places and then resell it. They kind of buy the product, rebrand it, kind of make it different, make it their own. And that does tend to work a lot better. So if you're basically not just selling whatever the Chinese shops are selling and you're changing it up, rebranding it, that can work. So that's maybe one way I would go about it if I did it again. The basic way that all the guru courses and online videos teach you how to do it, I wouldn't try that again because I definitely set up my shop and completely failed. But then again, if you are an advertising guru, you might be able to make it work. The next side hustle I've tried that has promised a lot of money is the Amazon Influencer Video Program. This is one that's gotten really popular online as a easy side hustle that you can earn a ton of money on. It's the easiest way to earn money. But I'll be honest, even with my video skills and all of that, I still have never made more than $100 in a day. I have made $100 in a day, and that was amazing. I was pretty proud of myself. With just a few videos, I did have one that got really hot for a while. It has died off since then because Amazon is not consistent at all. But I did make $100 a couple times, and that was fantastic. However, it's the most inconsistent program I've ever tried, and it takes a lot of work to get in and to build up a catalog of videos that could potentially earn you a lot of money. I have a video on everything about the Amazon influencer program, but you have to have a following to get signed up for it. So you have to already have built an online following on one of the platforms like YouTube or TikTok just to get into the program. You have to have a following, then you have to get approved for the program. Then on top of that, you have to have videos that get approved to be put on Amazon listings. So there's multiple different steps just to get into the program. I'm actually in a lot of these Amazon influencer Facebook groups, and they are kind of depressing because people put in months and months of work only to join the program, make all these videos, and realize they're earning like $3 a day because they're reviewing their favorite things and they're only earning like 15 cents per sale. So it's definitely something that can earn you decent amounts of money, but you have to go into it with the mindset that it is not consistent, it's not guaranteed, and it's something that's just a side hustle. I would never, ever, ever make the Amazon influencer my full-time job. And the final side hustle I've tried is the money-making surveys and apps. These are always on everyone's list when they're sharing ways to make money, and it's because these sites pay affiliate commissions when you sign up. So if you sign up through someone's link, they're getting paid for sending you to that site. However, you're never gonna make significant money doing these surveys. It is something that I like to do because it's mindless, and I do it while I'm rocking my kids to sleep or I'm laying there waiting for them to fall asleep and I'm tired and my brain is just like mush from the day and I don't really have much left to give, but I can answer some questions. So I do it during those time periods, and I'll get like a gift card for $25, $50 every like month or every other month. So it's not nothing, but it's definitely not something where you're gonna earn hundreds of dollars a day. The really good surveys that pay a lot of money, that pay, $200, are ones where you have to fill out a survey before the survey and you probably don't even qualify. I can't tell you how much time I've wasted on those pre-survey questions where I'm answering them and then it's like, oh, sorry, you don't qualify. Here's like 1 cent. I'm like, well, that was a waste of time. And then when you do qualify for the surveys, they can be like anywhere from 20 to 45 minutes of answering questions, which again, if you're doing nothing else, if you're just gonna be laying there in the dark with your 2-year-old and you don't have anything else to do, it's fine. But if you're using your daytime hours with your big brain trying to do these surveys to earn money, it's not worth it at all. The most I ever made with the apps with this is $10 in one day. The most money I've made on anything like this was actually an in-person paid focus group, and I did surveys to get into that list of potential candidates. And then I got picked for one locally. So I went over to the place where they did the focus group, answered a ton of questions. It took a little bit less than an hour. I think it was 45 minutes, and I made $150. So that was definitely worth my time, and I'm glad I did it. However, the apps and the things online that are strictly just on the internet are generally not worth the time doing it. So if you have the option here to kind of do paid focus groups in person, I would recommend that. That's not a bad gig, but they are not as common or as frequent as you could get with the apps where you're filling out surveys constantly over and over and over and over and making like $10 a day. So those are the 5 different side hustles I've tried where I was promised this massive amount of money, this huge income, and I'll be honest, none of them have really lived up to the hype. You can earn money with all of these side hustles. Personally, the ones I did best with are YouTube and the Amazon influencer program. I do think those are worth trying, but they are the ones that take the most work just to even get the chance to get paid. So if you're going for a side hustle and you need money right now, I wouldn't recommend any of these. Go sell your skills, go do some freelance work. Those are better options for money now. If you want to try out one of these side hustles, I definitely recommend this next video. It will give you all of the ins and outs of what you need to do to start making money.